Hello, lovely good evening from India, and a beautiful morning, noon to all the global bias souls who are watching us live. Global Talk Show, Business Bar Academy, Netherlands. And today we have a beautiful guest that is Brain and Beauty together, Kelsey Sophia from Canada. Welcome, Kelsey, to our show.
Thank you so much, Sophia. I'm so excited to be here. You're just such a beautiful light, and I think we're just going to have such a great conversation.
Well, before we take a deep dive in my journey, let me tell you about Kelsey, and you will be surprised to know she is a respiratory therapist who turned life coach and CEO, founder of the New Feminine, where she spends her day teaching people how they can overcome the limitations of who they've been to create the life and businesses they have always been wanted. And she is also a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, life coach, and someone who developed her own life coaching technique. Kelsey has an uncanny ability to help people where she holding them back from what they truly desire. And her deepest mission is to help people become the fullest and highest expression of themselves. So I am super excited for this lovely journey with my lovely Kelsey. Well, Kelsey, we know about you little, but still, I want to know more about your journey from you.
Yeah, and I mean it's a big one and it's an interesting one, and I feel like the journey never ends. Even right now, I'm in Mexico and things are evolving in beautiful ways. But I think that for myself, the biggest challenge that I needed to overcome that really pushed me to do the work that I did was that I never felt like I was allowed to be myself, and I never felt like I was supported and allowed to live the life that I wanted to live. And that's all I want for people, is for you to live what it is that you like, your dharma, what you're here to do, what you're here, like what your purpose is, what your soul is calling you to do. And that's all I've ever wanted as well. And so that's really what just pushes me and drives me.
Wow, that's really great. And freedom is very important, Kelsey, as you said, because in absence of freedom, you will not have peace of your heart, of your mind. And that's really true. I do agree with you, Kelsey. And
thank you.
My question to you is, you were a respiratory therapist and then you turned into a life coach, coaching industry. How come this miracle?
Yeah, and that's such a beautiful question. And in a lot of ways, I miss being a respiratory therapist. There was like a thrill and an excitement to have like a human, like to bring somebody back to life, or even babies. I used to work with like neonatal babies. They'd be this big, you could see their heart through their chest, and mom would be like in the like cesarean bed, and we'd be bringing the baby back to life. And there was so much fulfillment there, so much beauty, but there was also so much pain and so much hardship. And my heart, like my body just couldn't take working in that industry. And I have a lot of beliefs as well. I think that at times, sometimes we put band-aids with medication and things like that, and we never ask the patient, how is your marriage? How is your anger? How was your childhood trauma? Because we know that your childhood trauma that you've been carrying since you're 4 years old is the thing that's going to make you have a heart attack when you're older, or it's the thing that's going to make you be obese and then lead to whatever is leading you in the hospital. So at one point when I was pregnant, I was having all these contractions. I was so stressed out. I was like, I cannot work here anymore. They put me on leave for the end of my pregnancy, and then I never went back. And that's when I decided I wanted to heal people before they got to the hospital.
Wow, that's so lovely. And Kelsey, it's really so touching and so emotional that you can only know the pain of others when you have went and gone through the same pain. That's
Yeah.
really a great thing you are doing, helping people and realizing their pain. That is empathy. That's hats off to you, Kelsey, for this beautiful turning up from respiratory therapist to a coach.
Thank you.
Kelsey, when as a woman, when we are moving towards our journey, our aim in our life, we face certain type of challenges. Being as a woman,
Mhm.
we all have
Yeah.
faced, you, me, and other women who are watching us live. So, in your life, what kind of challenges you have faced, adversities, and are those challenges really wanted to break you down? And how did you overcome those challenges? We would love to know that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm excited. I'm like, this is a good topic because I was just telling somebody yesterday that I have been the queen of self-sabotage. So if anybody's
Wow.
watching this and you feel like you keep sabotaging your success, I want to tell you, sweetheart, it is okay. It is so normal. This is just, and there's a multiple reasons why, and I'll explain that. For myself, at least, and what I teach my students is that it truly is, if we look at our conscious mind like an iceberg, the conscious mind is really just like 10%. It's the tip of the iceberg, and everything else is underneath. It's the unconscious mind. And so that really drives 90 to 99% of our actions, habits, behaviors, everything, right? So you think that you're in control, but those unconscious patterns of yours are the ones running the show. And so as a woman, it's so interesting, especially in our society, because we're taught that we have to be like a man to be of value, right? And this, I just got chills because obviously we need to talk about this. And I saw your face go, oh yeah.
Yes, yes.
But the reality is that we are women. We are different. We are soft. We are sensitive. We are nurturing. And we are living and operating. When you run a business, you are operating in a man's world in a lot of ways because you do have to run your business from the masculine side of you. The problem, and this was my issue, was that I had no trust in the masculine. I grew up without a dad. I didn't know what a healthy masculine was. So what happened as a little girl is I became hyper independent. I learned how to do everything myself. I'm strong. I can do it. I can do anything. I lost my mom. I grew up without a dad. I'm totally fine. But that is not independence. That is wounds. That is trauma. That is not believing that something greater than ourselves is going to take care of us. And so as women, we're often building our business from that. And then that's when we get tired, exhausted, overwhelmed, stressed, bitter, angry, you name it, right? Because all we want deep down as a feminine woman is to be taken care of. That's like a woman is meant to be cared for. Now, it doesn't need to be in her external reality, but even her own inner masculine has to care for her and nurture for her. But our masculine has to step up into that role, and our feminine has to lean back and trust that our masculine will take care. So I had to do so much inner work to get me out of operating from this place and operating in a true, beautiful, disciplined energy in my business. And this has been probably one of my biggest challenges because the feminine feels so deeply. I know I'm going on a rant, but the feminine, she feels so deeply. And one day you wake up and you're like, I don't feel like doing Instagram DMs, but it's like, but no, in your business, you have to. So that was the biggest
really
challenge, was
lovely.
right? Like, do we all feel that or what?
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Kelsey, to support your answer, I will say yes. The challenges which you had faced, adversities which you had faced, it's just not you faced because you wanted to create the new feminine. And that's the reason you face so many adversities, overcome those challenges. And today we can say the new feminine by Kelsey, Sophia. And that's in life, sometimes so many things happen to us and we feel why it had happened to us. Why? But later on, when we move in future, we say, oh, so that was the reason why it happened to me. And trust me,
Yeah.
Kelsey, whatever had happened in your life, that happened for the best. So that today you are over here with globally, people are watching you. Globally, they are listening to your inspiring and insightful journey. And so many women, trust me, including me too, getting a lot of inspiration. How you have dealt without being a father, without being a mother. That's really, really a great thing. I mean, you are very strong. When I listen to your story, it's really, really heart touching and so emotional. But now we see Kelsey, a transformed one, a changed one. Those adversities, challenges, I must say, has made you very strong. And I'm talking to a very strong woman today on my global talk show. So
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful answer. Well,
Thank you so
Kelsey,
much.
this journey is so strong, so inspiring, so insightful. In your life, have you ever thought, yes, this is my aha moment or awakening moment of your life? What that moment it was for you?
Yeah, I feel like I've had a lot of those. And I think that people will, and I feel like honestly, I'm like, what is the biggest one? Because I've had a lot. Like, what is the most recent? Oh, sorry, because that's my alarm for my next thing. The calendar. We have my assistant that makes sure I know what's going on, and then my calendar that also makes sure I know what's going on all the time. Okay, so biggest aha. Well, I think that one of them was, this is a really good question, Sophia. I'm trying to really think about I'm like, this is tough because there's been a few. Okay, I think that one of them would be, this is a recent one, and this one might not necessarily feel like it has to do with business or whatever, but it does, because all things are all things, right? And I think that for myself, I spent a lot of my time, when I like either dating or making friends or even in my business, I spent a lot of time, it felt like I was searching for something.
Wow.
And maybe you feel like this, like and I don't know if you're married or what, but when you're dating, you meet a person, and then what's happening is that they are reflecting back a part of you that's missing, or a part of you that you are meant to be. So I would date maybe like a millionaire businessman, and then I would realize, no, I'm the one who wants to be the businessman. Or I would date like an artist, and I'd be like, but I'm the one who wants to be an artist. And they would remind me of myself. And it was so interesting because I spent so much of my time, and I'm writing a book, and I talk about this in my book. It's called True Self. It's going to be out in a couple months. And I spent so much of my life looking out there to try to find what was in here. And so my business would pivot, my friendships would pivot, relationships wouldn't last. And then finally, very recently, and it's through writing my book, it hit me so deeply that all I'd been looking for this entire time was myself.
Wow.
And all I was looking for was my love and my validation and my approval. And I have chills because I think that when we figure that out, everything changes, because nothing matters anymore. And now you don't have to find friends that are trying to remind you of something. You can literally just love a person for who they are. And you can just run your business because you love it and it feels so good. You can just write a book, and you can just dress the way that you want and be the way that you want. And it's so powerful to then find all of everything that you need inside. It's like, that's the freedom that I think that we're all looking for.
That's marvelous, Kelsey. You have said what I wanted in my life. That's really, you have taken me out of my body, you can say. Yes, it's very true. When you have a freedom to dress up what you want, to eat, to make you do what you want in your life, that's make the best of you. And it's not selfishness. Loving yourself, taking care of yourself, your dreams, your desires. Some of the people take this thing as a part of a selfishness, but I never ever allow them to cross the boundaries and say this, because after all, we are human beings and we are lovely women. We need to nurture, we are sensitive, we are emotional, and for such women we need great time to take care of ourselves too. So beautiful
Yeah.
answer, Kelsey. I really loved your answer.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
Kelsey,
Yes.
in your life, I want truth, honest answer. Who inspires you most in your life?
Mm,
You can say your inspiration.
yeah, I think that there's a few. So any like Tony Robbins is what made me want to do the work that I do. Like, let's just be real. This man is so incredible, and I have such a deep love. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what made me realize that I really wanted to move towards that. I think that one of my new inspirations that's really coming through is artists. And I feel like what I'm moving through, even in my business, is allowing the like inner artist to come through in all that I do, even just in the way that I dress, or normally when I do my makeup, the way that I do my makeup and everything. And for me, ultimately, also it's myself, you know. I think
Wow.
I'm inspired by the vision that I know that I can be.
True.
That's, yeah, like you, even like each one, every single person watching this has their truest, most self-actualized self, and that is the most beautiful, powerful person in the world. And if you can become that, you are everything.
Wow. Super. Yeah, sometimes it happens because when you will not get inspiration from others, when there is no one in your life to inspire you, just watch the mirror. What I do, just watch the mirror.
Yeah,
Yes, I am the
yeah,
inspiration of myself because I'm the
yeah,
person who can motivate myself and I am the person who can demotivate. So, the best
yes,
inspiration person, I do agree to you, is yourself,
yeah,
your soul that makes you
mhm,
strong. Your soul can make you or either break you. That's what I also do agree with this
yeah,
point.
yeah.
And
I
I'm
love
sure
that. That's really good.
and I'm sure you are making yourself day by day stronger, beautiful, and most important, a happy person. When a person
Hmm.
is happy from heart, mind, and a peaceful freedom, that is most important in life. Whether it's a
Yeah,
man or a woman, that that is very important. Do agree to
yeah,
you. And when you have all this, you are the better version of yourself.
yeah, yeah. You're so right. So many things are clicking for me too. So it's so beautiful. Thank you for that.
Yes, yes, yes. Kelsey, to this beautiful journey, my next question coming for you is what is your mission now? The new feminine, you can say, what are your dreams?
Mhm.
What are your plan? We would love to know.
Yeah, yeah, and it's so good because I feel I'm grateful for the question because I've been going through a lot of my own inner stuff recently, to
Oh,
come back to this place where I know the new mission, and um I feel like it's gonna make me cry. I think that again, like, and it's the same thing that I always say, but it's just like the mission really is for people to be who they're here to be. I think that our society, and I don't know how it is where you live, but in the West, there's so much stuff that makes you feel like you're small, or, you know, we're bombarded with like supermodels everywhere. So then you don't feel like you're good enough or beautiful. And then you're in school and you're taught, well, you could never be an artist, or you can never be a singer, you can never be this because you have to be this, or you have to get a job like this. And we're just bombarded with all of these things, and it's like that is not what we're here for. That's not what we're here
oh,
for, you know. And it's like that is my mission, for just every single person to truly just live the life that they're here to live. And Spree, it's exactly like that, what you said. It's that like freedom to just be at peace and be happy. And this can look so different for everybody. Like a lot of my clients, they have multiple businesses and multiple passionates, and they're multidimensional women, and it's so beautiful because all of the things bring them fulfillment and joy. And so it's like I want you, every single person, to have the love of their life, the family, the wealth, and just the fulfillment and art that they want, you know.
wow. Such a great answer. Such a soul touching, heart touching answer you have given. And it's really true, Kelsey. I reciprocate the same. Because when you have given the life which you want to live,
Mhm.
sometimes we women, what we do, oh, I have to lead a mother life. I have to lead a wife life. I have to lead a job life. So, where is your life then? This is a
Mhm.
mother, this is a wife, this is a daughter's life. But what is your identity? And when
Yeah.
we forget our identity. I think it's the life is just like a robotical life. You have to just do the
Mhm.
duties, you have to just shouldering your responsibilities, and that is not the life. So the
Yeah.
life which you have created is yours, and that's a life of the new feminine by Kelsey Sophia, I can say.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
that's
Mhm.
lovely. My next
Thank you.
question to you is really, really lovely question. We see you as a coach, as a neuro-linguistic programming coach, and also a life turn coach. But if I ask what is Kelsey's leisure time activities, her hobbies, then what
Mm.
you will say?
Yeah, and thank you. And I love that. So it's interesting because I've just recently started like my side hustle passion project, which is singing.
Mhm.
I also love acting. I love acting. I had an agent back in Canada, and I do feel like that will be part of my path. I
Wow.
also love writing. Yeah, and I'm a big weightlifter, and I love my Pilates. I love my Pilates and my weightlifting. But yeah, so those are really the things, and I dance. So those are like the things that I kind of sprinkle in my day is the dancing, singing, acting, and then my weights and spending time with my son, and
Super.
it feels perfect. Yeah.
Wow. That's really great. Dancing, acting, singing. That's really
Yeah.
sometimes it will recharge you. It will give you a lot of peace, calm, and you feel, yes, I'm again recharged to get back to my work. So I think
Yeah.
hobbies are very
Yeah.
necessary to be on the track again.
Yeah.
My
You need
last,
that creativity.
yeah,
Yeah. Go for it.
yeah. Kelsey, my last but not the least question, it's just not a question. What message would you like to give to our audience who are watching you live today?
Whew, I think the biggest message, and I feel like it's always my
Oh,
message, is follow your heart. Like whatever is in your heart that you cannot stop thinking about, that thing that wakes you up in the morning, or that thing that you think about when you're doing work at a job that you hate, or the thing that you think about maybe when you are a mom, that thing that's been there, that every single time you feel it come through, you have all the thoughts and reasons why it would never work. I want you to move towards that. And I want you to get rid of those thoughts because they're not you, they're just thoughts. And it's like we need to understand that God, universe, source, whatever whispers because it's inside of us. So that tiny thing that you feel, that is yours and it's meant for you. And it doesn't matter, when I do this with my clients, sometimes they're brought to tears with the vision that they see because it's so grand and so far beyond the life that they're living. And there's so much fear moving towards that. And I'm like, yes, that is life. Move towards it. Go towards that thing. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter if you just moved into your apartment and now that vision is telling you to move across the world. It doesn't matter. Just follow that and you will be happy.
wow, that's so sweet but powerful message. And I'm sure my audience who are watching this live show, inspirational and insightful show with Kelsey Sophia, must have energized now. And they are going to rock on their show, their work, whatever they are going to do that. So thank you so much,
I love it.
Kelsey, for giving me this, not only me, but to my audience, to my show, this beautiful evening with lots and lots of knowledge, golden nuggets, and so much of inspiration to all the women. Thank you once again from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much for having me. You're so beautiful. Keep doing the work that you're doing. You're doing amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And once again, thank you so much, my lovely audience who are watching us daily. They're inspiring us, motivating us, and most important thing, they are continuously loving us. That's most important. So once again, thank you so much from the bottom core of my heart. Till then, stay happy, hale and hearty. Bye-bye.